At the heart of every report and metric in Digital Mortars DM1 is a digital planogram. DM1 provides store reporting across any level of the store you define, and those levels are captured and saved historically. Today, I'll show you how to use DM1's Store Configurator tool to build those digital planograms. From the dashboard, glide over to the Admin section. Yeah, you need permission for this, so if you're not set up as an admin user, you need to be. Within Admin, click here on Config. You'll see the most current digital planogram for your store and the usual DM1 left navigation area. The main area has the digital store representation. The Store Settings panel is where you pick your selection tool and describe areas of the store. To the far right is the current store legend. Alright, let's pick the Union Square store. DM1 saves planograms historically, so it always knows the state of the store on a given date. You usually work with the most current planogram. Okay, time to reassign an area of the store. Let's say we added a display featuring handbags in the bottom part of Team Gear on the 19th of January. No problem. I'll start with the single grid brush. I just click on the area I want to assign. It turns blue. That's the selection color. 3 more clicks, and I've got my area. If you're working with a larger area, pick a bigger brush. See how clicking on a currently selected area deselects it, meaning its current setting won't change. Another click adds back my 4-grid selection. As you can see in the layout, areas can be any shape or size, and you can use multiple brushes to build them. Use the large brush for the main area, and then tweak, adding or subtracting with the small brush. Now, we pick a section and assign it. That's simple. When you update a planogram, one thing to keep in mind is that you have to set the date it applies to. The date picker defaults to the current day, but that's often not right. Since the store changed on the 19th, that's the date I need to set. When I save, the existing planogram will automatically stop on the 18th, and data from the 19th on will use the updated plano. That's the basics of Store Configurator use. Let's talk about a few fancier features. DM1 supports floors. You flip between floors using the picker in the left nav. It only shows up if you created a store with multiple floors. Stores are always the same size in DM1, but you can use the empty region designator to carve out areas from measurement. Keep in mind that when you create your store, that means the footprint should be equal to the largest floor. What I've shown is at the section level. That's the default area in DM1. And when you set up a store, you have to configure sections. But you can configure other levels too. Here, there are metadata levels for discounting and fixtures. Those aren't predefined. You can create them in the same admin interface using the metadata tool. Each metadata area is completely independent. And you can see here, a metadata description doesn't have to define every single part of the store. We've mapped clearance areas and other special promotions, and the rest of the floor is simply undefined or empty, which is just fine. I can pick an area and assign it as a featured product display. Simple. Okay, everything we've done so far is for an existing digital planogram. What about when you set up a new store? It's pretty much the same thing. When you set up a new store, you'll start with a full grid where everything is unassigned. To create a new store, just use the store picker and select New. Type in a store name, pick a start date for live data, and set your dimensions. That's pretty much all there is to it. Okay, so the Store Configurator is where you lay out a digital representation of the store. But where do you create your store section names and other types of data? As I noted, that's in the admin metadata section, and you can check out the video on metadata to see how that works. Until next time, measure well.